Hello, seventh grade. Let's go ahead and close out Unit 2, Lesson 15. So today you're going to participate in the tuning protocol. You'll give and get guidance and support from your peers on how to strengthen your writing through evidence and elaboration. Before we do that, you do have an entrance ticket. Please find this in your workbooks. You've got a couple questions to answer. This is personal self-reflection. So I want you to go through these independently and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at our learning targets for today. The first one says, I can offer kind, helpful, and specific feedback to my peers, focusing on the evidence and elaboration in their essays. The next one says, I can revise my essay, focusing on evidence and elaboration. I have a few vocab words for you today, evidence and elaboration. So if you guys have a notebook, let's go ahead and add those there. Come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys, so before we get started giving each other feedback and receiving feedback today, we're going to look at a model. So this is a model informative essay called Computer Programs and Animal Behavior, okay? So I want you guys to read this together out loud as a class or in partners. It's up to your teacher. And then come back to me and we're going to go through a few questions together. All right, guys, now that you've read and talked about that a little bit, I want you guys to turn and talk with these two questions. Specifically focused on the second paragraph, what evidence is given that computer modeling has helped us understand animal behavior? And also looking at the second paragraph, what is the elaboration? So what are the sentences that explain or add details? So go ahead and turn and talk about these two now. When you're finished, have some discussion as a class. All right, guys. So you guys should have this model essay in your workbooks. I want you guys to go through and scribble under pieces of text that are evidence and underline pieces that are elaboration. Your teacher should be walking the room. You can work with a partner through this. This is just getting you guys some practice in identifying the two. So let's take a few moments and do that now, and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys. So a couple more questions for turning and talking. Which parts of the text did you underline to show examples of how the author provided evidence? What about elaboration? And then choose an example that you underline. What does it help to understand about evidence and elaboration? Why does it help you to understand that? So go ahead and turn and talk and have a few discussions about this. Have a whole class discussion. Come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the tuning protocol now, okay? So we're going to go through these. Your teacher can put these slides up one by one. You're going to get with a partner and you're going to give feedback and receive feedback. So here's a few basics. So I want you guys to think about, as you read your partner's essay, do you have a title? Did you double space your draft? Did you indent each paragraph? How did they hook the reader? Context about epidemics or crime. Was there a focus statement? Was there a preview of 2 points in that introduction? Was there a topic sentence? Was there evidence? Did they explain and unpack evidence? Was there a conclusion statement to wrap up the paragraph? In the conclusion, did they review the focus statement? What about a reflection? Did they cite their sources, and was there at least one direct quote? Okay. Your teacher has this slide deck. They can go back and put all of these slides up one by one, and you guys can move through this as a class. I want you guys to go back to your writing checklist and evaluate yourself, okay? You're giving yourself feedback. You're getting feedback. You're fine-tuning your own essay as well, not just helping a peer, okay? Okay, here are the directions for the tuning protocol. I'm going to go ahead and sign off because now it is up to your teacher to kind of direct this process. Once you've gone through the tuning protocol, you guys should revise and edit your end of 2 unit assessment. Ms. Mitchell has asked me to say that you guys are now turning things in on Google Classroom, no longer in your workbook. So I'm sure there's a place for you to submit this assessment, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I'll see you guys very, very soon.